Imagine looking into a pair of eyes that seem to change color right before your own, sometimes green, sometimes brown, with flecks of gold shimmering in the light. They're rare, mysterious, and mesmerizing. But where did they come from, and why do they exist? Hazel eyes are one of the most unique and misunderstood eye colors in the world. With only 5% of the global population having them, they stand out like a hidden treasure. But are they just a mix of green and brown, or is there something more to their origin? In this video, we'll uncover the science, genetics, and history behind hazel eyes, explore how they compare to green, amber, and brown eyes, and even reveal why they might appear to change color. By the end, you'll never look at hazel eyes the same way again. So if you have hazel eyes, or just want to know what makes them so special, stick around because this is going to be eye-opening. Let's dive in. Types of hazel eyes. Hazel eyes are one of the most unique and captivating eye colors, known for their ability to shift between shades of green, brown, and gold. Unlike solid-colored eyes, hazel eyes contain a mix of pigments that interact with light in fascinating ways. This variation makes them appear different depending on the environment, lighting, and even the colors a person wears. The key factor behind this effect is the uneven distribution of melanin in the iris, which causes light to scatter and reflect multiple colors. There are two main types of hazel eyes, each with a distinct dominant shade. Brown-dominant hazel eyes have a warm, earthy appearance, with brown being the most noticeable color, while flecks of green and gold add depth and dimension. These eyes often look more golden or amber in bright sunlight, but may appear darker in dim lighting. On the other hand, green-dominant hazel eyes lean more toward a vibrant green, with subtle hints of brown and gold radiating from the pupil. This type of hazel eye is sometimes mistaken for green eyes, but the key difference is the multicolored nature of hazel. Because of this dynamic blend, hazel eyes remain one of the most mesmerizing eye colors in the world. Hazel eyes versus other eye colors. Hazel eyes appear to shift between green, brown, and gold because of the way light interacts with the melanin in the iris. Unlike solid-colored eyes, hazel eyes have an uneven distribution of pigment, which allows light to scatter and reflect different colors. In bright sunlight, they may look more golden or green, while in dim lighting, they can appear darker or more brown. This constant change makes hazel eyes one of the most fascinating and mysterious eye colors. Hazel versus amber. Hazel and amber eyes are often confused, but they have distinct differences. Hazel eyes contain a blend of green, brown, gold, and sometimes even orange, creating a multicolored effect. Amber eyes, on the other hand, have a solid golden or copper tone with little variation. While hazel eyes can shift in appearance, amber eyes remain consistently warm and golden. Hazel versus green. Green eyes have a solid green hue with little color variation, making them more uniform in appearance. Hazel eyes, however, are multicolored, featuring a mix of green, brown, and gold. The most noticeable difference is the burst of brown or gold that radiates from the pupil, giving hazel eyes a more complex and dynamic look. Hazel versus brown. Brown eyes are primarily one solid color, with only slight hints of other shades. Hazel eyes, in contrast, display a mix of multiple colors and can shift between green, gold, and brown depending on the lighting. While brown eyes remain deep and rich in tone, hazel eyes have a shimmering, ever-changing quality that sets them apart. Scientific explanation for hazel eyes. What causes hazel eyes? Hazel eyes are the result of a complex interplay between genetics and melanin distribution in the iris. Unlike eyes with a single dominant color, hazel eyes have an uneven spread of pigment, which allows them to reflect and scatter light in unique ways. This gives them their signature multicolored effect, shifting between shades of green, brown, and gold depending on lighting and surroundings. How does melanin affect hazel eyes? Melanin is the pigment responsible for eye color, and hazel eyes have a melanin concentration that falls between brown and green eyes. They contain more melanin than blue or gray eyes, but less than dark brown eyes. This moderate level of melanin allows light to scatter within the iris, creating their signature color-changing appearance. This process, known as the Tyndall effect, is similar to how the sky appears blue due to the scattering of light in the atmosphere. What genes are responsible for hazel eyes? Eye color is influenced by at least 16 different genes, but two genes play a crucial role: HERS2 and OCA2. These genes regulate melanin production in the iris, determining how much pigment is present. The specific combination of genetic variations inherited from both parents results in the unique color patterns seen in hazel eyes. The origin of hazel eyes. The term hazel comes from the color of a hazelnut and has been used to describe eye color since the 1690s. Unlike solid-colored eyes, hazel eyes have a dynamic blend of green, brown, and gold, making them one of the most unique and admired eye colors in the world. They are most commonly found in Spain, North Africa, the Middle East, and Brazil, where genetic diversity and historical migrations have influenced eye color distribution. A 2009 study found that 55.2% of people in Spain have hazel green eyes, making it one of the highest concentrations in the world. While hazel eyes are primarily genetic, their exact origins remain uncertain. The genes responsible for eye color have been inherited and passed down through generations, yet scientists have not pinpointed when and where hazel eyes first appeared. One possibility is that hazel eyes developed as populations migrated and mixed over centuries, leading to variations in melanin levels within the iris. This blending of traits across different regions may have contributed to the widespread presence of hazel eyes in areas with rich genetic diversity. Though much is still unknown, hazel eyes remain a striking example of how human history and genetics are deeply intertwined. Possible geographic and climate influence. A 2015 study in India suggested that climate could play a role in the expression of hazel eye color. The research found that regions with mild or moderate climates had a higher occurrence of hazel eyes, and this trait persisted across multiple generations. This suggests that environmental factors, such as sunlight exposure, might influence how eye color develops and is passed down through families. While genetics is the primary determinant of eye color, climate may act as an additional factor that shapes how melanin is produced and distributed in the iris. Melanin, the pigment responsible for eye color, plays a crucial role in protecting the body from harmful UV radiation. In areas with high sunlight exposure, people tend to have darker eye colors like brown, which offer more protection against UV rays. However, in regions with moderate sunlight, the distribution of melanin may result in lighter eye colors, such as hazel, which offers a balance between UV protection and allowing more light to pass through the iris. Hazel eyes may have developed as an adaptive trait in areas with moderate sunlight, where they help protect the eyes while still providing an aesthetic range of colors that are both functional and beautiful. Cultural and historical significance. Throughout history, hazel eyes have carried a certain mystique, with many ancient cultures attributing special powers to those who had them. People with hazel eyes were often believed to possess the ability to ward off evil spirits, and their eye color was seen as a sign of uniqueness or even divine favor. This belief in supernatural strength tied to hazel eyes added to their allure, making them stand out as symbols of mystery and power. On a more practical level, people with hazel eyes may be more sensitive to sunlight due to the lower melanin content compared to brown eyes. While melanin protects against harmful UV rays, hazel eyes have just enough to offer some protection, but they may still be slightly more vulnerable to bright light, causing discomfort in certain lighting conditions. Interestingly, there is also a cultural perception that people with hazel eyes possess certain personality traits. Some believe that they are more adaptable, independent, and even mysterious, though there is no scientific evidence to back this up. Regardless of these ideas, hazel eyes are widely regarded as attractive. Their multicolored, shifting hues make them stand out, and the rarity of this eye color only adds to their charm. Humans naturally gravitate toward unique traits, and hazel eyes' blend of green, brown, and gold is a trait that has been admired across centuries. Despite centuries of fascination, the full story behind hazel eyes is still unfolding. Scientists continue to study the genetic, environmental, and evolutionary factors that can contribute to their development, and while we understand a great deal, there is still much to uncover. The interplay between melanin levels, light scattering, and inherited traits makes hazel eyes one of the most complex and intriguing eye colors. From genetics to geography, climate to natural selection, multiple forces have shaped the existence of hazel eyes. Their rarity, combined with their ever-changing appearance, has made them one of the most admired eye colors throughout history. Whether influenced by ancestry, environment, or the simple power of attraction, hazel eyes continue to captivate people worldwide. If you have hazel eyes, share your experience in the comments. Do they change color depending on the lighting? Have you ever been mistaken for having green or brown eyes? Let us know your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into eye color, be sure to subscribe for more fascinating content.